What's good, YouTube? It's your boy CJ, or as my title, Dre Head Poetry. And today I want to talk about, um, why I chose poetry, other than any of the thousands of things I could have made a YouTube channel about. I want to talk about why I chose poetry, how poetry helped me in my personal life, um, and what I want to be when I grow up. So, with that being said, let's get it. So, why I chose poetry? Um, I chose poetry because poetry is free. There's a lot of freedom in the writing of poetry. And for people who don't like to read or to write, like me, I hate reading and I hate writing. But poetry, I can read, I can write it, I can listen to it, I can do everything with poetry all day, how I want to. Because poetry provides freedom and it lets me be who I wants to be. It lets me be who I wants to be. Um, and another thing with poetry is no right or wrong poetry. You feel me? You write poetry and you let it flow, and you just write poetry. There's no proper way to write poetry. There's no improper way to write poetry. You just write it. You feel me? And you let it flow. And one thing I really need to work on with my poetry is my delivery, the way I read my poetry, because I feel like the better I can deliver it to you guys, the more you will actually feel it. You feel me? And like, yeah, man, poetry is free. It provides me to be me as a funny, goofy, but serious person on certain topics. You feel me? Like my last poem I did, "What Makes You Real." You feel me? If you haven't gone and seen that video, you should really go see it. Because it's a good poem. It's a good poem. So what makes you real? It was a free poem. It was no proper way. I just wrote. But with my delivery, I felt like if I delivered it better to you guys, then it'd be more entertaining and you would like it. You actually feel it. You have emotions towards it. And you're not just listening to it. You actually feeling it. You're in emotions. So yeah. The second thing is, how did poetry help me in my personal life? Um, I started getting into poetry about like 2 years ago. So with me getting into poetry, um, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I wasn't as happy as I wanted to be. So with my sadness, I transformed into this writing of poetry and this reading of poetry and listening to poetry that relates to me because I mean it helped me be happy or get happier because with things that was happening in my personal life like me at the age of 8 when my dad passed away. So it was like growing up, you see or you start to remember things from back then that you never really thought about when you was younger because you never understood it. But now you starting to understand. You start to think about it, and it really come back to you. So with poetry, it just helped me. It helped me be free. You feel me? And like, yeah, it just helped me be more happier. You feel me? Even if I won't, even if it wasn't a happy poem, just getting it off my chest or putting it on paper with a pencil, it always helped. It always helped. And maybe if you were sad or you going through the motions of life, maybe you could pick up a pencil, get some paper, and write poetry, and maybe it'll help you. I mean, poetry. I recommend it for anybody and everybody. I don't feel like you need this or that to be happy. Just write it. Just write it. Even if it's not poetry, just write it. I swear to you, you will feel a lot better just to get it off your chest. You know, even if you don't want to talk about it, just write it. Um, Third of all, what I want to be when I grow up. So what I want to be when I grow up, I want to own businesses. And, excuse me. And not just any businesses. I want to own poetry clubs. I want to own poetry and paint nightclubs. Simply because if you look at different painters and you look at poets, right? They're free. Like I said, they're free. They get to do what they want to do. They put whatever they want on that paper, and that's what I love about poetry. And that's what I love about painters. And me, I'm not a painter. I'm definitely not a painter. I cannot paint. I cannot draw. I could color though. I could color. You give me something that's already drawn, I could color. But but I can't draw. I mean, but I've seen paintings that has this story behind it, and it's a powerful, inspirational story, and it's free. And and somebody else who could look at it can be like, "What is this?" But me, if I look at it, I could be like, "I know exactly what that is." Because it's something I can relate to, and it's painting. It's beautiful. It's poetry. Painting is poetry. That's how I see it, bro. That's just how I see it. So yeah, that's and like this month of February, I want to do a different. I want to do a lot of different kind of poetry. You feel me? I don't want to do. I don't want to just do you know, black as a unit. You feel me? I want to break it up, as black females, black males, black, all this, black, all that, like it's a lot of research that goes into this. And me doing my poem on what makes you real, me doing that, by the way, if you haven't seen that video, you should really go. If I haven't said that already, you should really go check it out. I don't remember, but like, what makes you real? It's just like I put a lot of work into this as black people as a unit. You feel me? And I left out a lot of the information I did, but I put a lot of information in this too. Mind you, I took like I dropped this on like the 1st of February, you feel me? So I put a lot of work into this. And yeah, you know, if you really go check that out, take the time to like it, share it, because I have dreams too. You feel me? And I feel like y'all, as people, my little bit of subscribers, if y'all really down with me, the way y'all say y'all down with me, I feel like if y'all put that out there and just share it and like it and just let me be out there, I really feel like y'all can help me be somewhere. As a black boy growing up, y'all could really help me, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, and about my last poem, if y'all haven't seen it already, like I said, it was about black people as a unit. Starting from the beginning of slavery to now. The things we go through now, and it's real out here. It's real. You feel me? Growing up, I seen police, not seen it, but I read about police brutality and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, I never really understood it, but as me as a 16-year-old boy, black as a 16-year-old African American boy, you really see it out here, and it really makes you want to take the time to go and research and see all the things we've been through and all the things we accomplished. Not just been through, because we've been through a major struggle, but as people, we grew, we stayed together, we put in work, and we accomplished things. You feel me? And what scares me now is actually, our future. Our past do not scare me because I know the things we done. I know the things we accomplished, but what really scares me is our future. The young, people my age who don't care, people my age who care more about people my age who say F the police and F12 and all this stuff, but who don't care to make a change. You feel me? Who rather be and I'm not bashing rappers. If you're a rapper, be a rapper, but send a message through what you say and what you rap about because it's people who really listen to that. And that's what's wrong with like a lot of rappers. That's why I don't listen to them because there's no message behind their rap. Like nowadays rappers, you say them to me, I really cannot point them out because I really don't know 'em. And there's a lot of nowadays rappers who do have a message behind their rap. And if if there's a song or artist who do have a message and I probably don't know about them, please leave it in the comments, put it in the comments. Let me go check them out. Educate me the way I want to educate you. As black people, we need to help each other, and not just black people, as human beings in general. In order to move forward as people, we must work together because if we divide ourselves, you know what they say, man, one stick is easy to break, but a bundle of sticks stands strong. So if we stay together and really do this, man, I see a lot for our future. You feel me? But right now, it look dark and it's really scary. It's really scary. But I mean, it's a lot we actually can accomplish. Um, let's see what else. What else? What else? Um, is there anything else we need to talk about? Let's see. I told you about why I did poetry, how it helped me, what I want to be in the world. This month of February, poetry. The poetry I do is not. It's not just a February done thing, and it's not just gonna be about black people. You know, my poetry. I really want my poetry to be worldwide, like something everybody can relate to. You feel me? But this month of February will be mostly about black because I feel this is our month. This is our month. You feel me? Out of the 12 months, Black History Month is February, and this is why on February we're gonna flourish. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna sit down and put this pencil to this paper. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna brainstorm. I'm gonna research. I'm gonna educate y'all because it's stuff that y'all should know. It's stuff that y'all need to know and be educated about. And I understand there's people out there who probably really don't care, But if you don't care, then leave. I'm not begging you to stay. You feel me? But like, but like. For the people who do care, please stay, get educated, listen. You feel me? Listen, share it, you know, share it. You feel me? Because it's real out here. It really, really is. It really is real. So, with all that being said, please, support black businesses. Support what I want to do. Think about not just you, but everybody. Think about the dreams that I have, the same way I think about the dreams that you have. And it's a lot of, in order to move forward, we must work together. Because if we don't work together, we're not going anywhere as a nation. You feel me? So, with all that being said, it's your boy CJ for Dre Head Poetry, and watch it. And keep your eyes open for another poem in the making, because I really am working. I really am brainstorming. I'm really out here trying to do something with my life. So keep that in mind. Keep your eyes open for another poem. Um, Share my channel. Try to get me some subscribers, man. And yeah, all that being said, much love. It's your boy CJ, Dre Head Poetry. Keep your eyes open for another poem. All love.